Welcome, everybody.
What's going on? How do I keep getting in this spot? Weren't you over here a second ago?
You were. Okay.
Did you move us?
Now we're fixed. Now we're all set.
I didn't do it. I swear. I swear. I
Welcome to the Day 4 live update of the Texas v. Kaitlin Armstrong love triangle murder case. Hey, everybody in the chat. First of all, I want to call out a couple of things. Debbie W.
Awesome.
Gifted memberships, 5 gifted memberships to Valhalla. Do you want to read the names?
Sure. They went to Jill Sturgis, Danielle Hart, Shizzy Wiznut Hart. That's a tough one, and Mally MC.
You say that's a tough one is the one I want to get because then I can just say it. Debbie W also gifted me 5 memberships. Thank you very much. They went to Shaw Foss. Oh God, Ziggy Oliver, Heather Moser, Velu 87, and CTY. Thank you very much for the gift of memberships.
Thank you very much, Debbie. That was very gracious and generous, and I appreciate it immensely.
And good evening to the rest of you. Jamie says, finally. You know what, Jamie? Time out. Time out, Jamie. You get a time out.
You can come to my chat, Jamie. I won't time you out. I won't time you out at all.
I don't like this background. I did a little smoky thing. I don't like it. There we go. As it gets distracting when it moves behind me. I thought I'd do something clever and cool, but it was
I didn't even notice it moving.
No, I absolutely did notice it moving. I don't know how many other people in the chat noticed it, but I definitely noticed it. And if you wouldn't mind, please give me a thumbs up because I do awesome content and deserve it. And then also head on over to Valhalla and give him a thumbs up as well.
We are both streaming this. I don't know if Dave does, but I have his channel pinned in my chat. So if you're in my chat, click his link over there, say hello, hit the like, hit the subscribe.
I had yours pinned well before we even thought about doing the stream.
I don't know.
She's a mod.
Gina, so
no. This is like a parent timeout.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, I feel like I spent most of the day at the office. And those are always the worst days. But we have some Kaitlin Armstrong news. FYI, they didn't have trial today. So no trial today. They'll be back again tomorrow, Wednesday. But this is us getting caught up for Monday. Yesterday, trial day 4. Also, we'll talk about it at the end, I think. So Colin is still on the stand. And if you guys remember Colin, he's the guy in the middle of the love triangle.
Colin Strickland. Professional gravel bike racer extraordinaire, ladies man.
He's something. I don't know if he's any of that, but he's definitely something.
He might be.
So we have actually combined notes today. We have notes from Audra, and we also have notes from I'm going to get the name wrong, so I'm not even going to try. I'm going to give you credit in a minute once I figure out your name again. And don't take it personally. No one else should, because I am horrible with names.
I can vouch. McKinley Melancon.
Yes, McKinley Melancon. She is an attorney, and she is also in the courtroom. She was in our chat last time we did this. And so she supplied some notes as well, and we're combining them to give you the best that we possibly can.
As we always strive to do.
That's right. Hey, Christine, welcome.
Hi, Christine.
Doesn't seem that hot to me. Colin?
I don't know if I know what he looks like.
He's on.
Have you showed pictures?
Yeah, and he's also on the.
I haven't been using your thumbnails.
Oh well, see that's your problem. All right, here.
Yeah.
Let me. Here, I'll pull this up. This is what he looks like. So for all you ladies who want to know, this is Colin. He says this is from a news article taken around the time of the unaliving.
Okay.
So he kind of looks like that. He looks like a cyclist.
Yeah.
So
thin.
That's about it. Yeah.
Real lean, real long. Yeah. Looks about right.
Oh, is she here?
She is. I scrolled up in chat. Okay. That's how I found her name.
Well, welcome. Oh, there we are. Hello. Thank you very much for your notes, by the way.
Yes, it is greatly appreciated.
Yes. So let's get going on this thing because Valhalla is a wonderful reader. And what we have is, like I said, we're doing sort of a hybrid sort of thing between the two sets of notes. And the handwriting, the wonderful handwriting of Audra, we're going to start with. And so if you recall, Colin was still on the stand when we ended on Friday evening, still on direct examination from the prosecutor. And we pick up essentially right where we left off.
Pretty
Uh,
much, yeah.
yeah. So recap, resume testimony from Friday. Follow up questions. Race with Bennington or in Benningtonville.
Bentonville.
Bentonville. What? It's a name.
Ben,
It's a name.
You're not good with names, bro. Not at all.
Okay. So, all right. So, does Colin remember text exchange with Anna Marie, so Mo Wilson, asking about their relationship status? Colin says he doesn't remember those details. Colin blocked contacts on cell phone, which is interesting because I thought he didn't. He just changed her name. That's what he testified to before. So then he was asked, do you recognize any of these blocked numbers? Colin could identify 4 of them. One number is Mo's. Do not remember blocking any of them, though, he says. I hate this. Hang on. Enable scrolling. There we go. All right, so the state's evidence 183, 184, 185, 186 through whatever over defendant's objection to 185 and 186 were admitted after further review. Okay.
They withdrew their objection, I think, after further review.
Okay, that's what it sounds like, yeah. So 183 is January 6, 2022 text exchange between Colin and Mo. And this is the exchange. Hey, just did something to my phone. What?
Check to see if this message goes through.
There we go.
Colin,
yeah, go ahead.
Colin says, wait, did you get that? Mo says, I got it. Colin again, attempting to establish communication with Mo. He never blocked Mo as a contact.
Okay, so that's what they're going at, is that Mo's numbers were blocked on his phone and he didn't do it, so presumably the defendant did.
Somebody had to, right?
Yeah. SEI 87? What is that?
States Exhibit 187. Photo of old Ford truck Colin purchased. The state whole exchange done January to May 2022. April of 2022, regular travel to sisters in Santa Mesa.
Santa Mesa. West
what
Coast.
they're going to refer to as the West Coast trip.
Yes.
Said, yeah, very close.
Presumably with his sister.
Or right? Racers or whoever
yeah, I guess. All right. April 11, 2022, Mo asking Colin about rapping for
handlebars.
Oh, God. Okay.
And if she could get away with a certain type without anyone noticing.
Ooh, cheater.
Yeah, she's cheating. State scrolls through many texts between Colin and Mo. On May 10th, 2022, Mo sends to Colin, Mo, hey, are you back in Austin? I'm flying there today to hang out with Cash for a few days before Gravel Locos. Colin, hey, just arrived last night in Lockhart. State asks, what was that about? Colin, working.
So then Colin asked Mo what her and Cash are doing in the evening. State asked Colin if he didn't remember. Colin is beginning for the lack of what?
Colin is being, for the lack of a better word, short with his answers and acting put off.
Oh, okay. That seems to be so. You guys are in for a treat because that's definitely going to. Audra is here too. Welcome, Audra.
Hey, Audra. That's Eris.
Yes, she wrote down that they would.
There she is.
Yes, nice. Okay, I like the little comments about that. So Mo asked Colin, or CS is Colin. Colin, if he was doing any training ride on the 11th. Colin going on training ride alone. Mo asked, what tires are you using? Which is a weird thing, but I get it. Okay. On an earlier testimony of Colin about riding with friends and KA being with them, but couldn't hack it.
She couldn't keep up with the training races.
check on earlier testimony of Colin. Oh, yeah. Okay. May 11, 2022, 9 a.m. Text from Mo to Colin. He doesn't remember getting because he was on a bike ride. He responded to Mo and discussed the ride. Mo, are you available? Mo says, are you available? Colin says, yes. Colin then to Mo, proposed going swimming. Mo to Colin, sent selfie of her in riding helm. I like how you say that, helm. Had fun, 100 degrees Fahrenheit alone, was still out at 3:47 p.m. I'm dying out here. Colin, when are you done? Mo to ride to pool.
Motorcycle ride
to pool. Got it. Mo then says she just got back. Colin, should I head to Cassius now? Mo says the address, essentially, which we looked up already.
Did you see the screen, the chat I pulled up on the screen?
Make sure he knows there is more. I just sent him. Oh, okay. Well, if you want to keep reading, I will go digging through that.
Okie dokie. Mo says just got back at 4:36, 4:45. Colin says, should I head to Cassius now? Mo sends the address. Mo, what's your timing? Colin says he's here. Just Jesus, the traffic. Colin stated it took him 30 minutes to navigate through the traffic. States Exhibit 184, extracted from Colin's phone. A phone number that indicates Christine Wall, alias used for Mo in his phone. Colin correct, very forcefully. April 22nd, 2022, 9 a.m. Mo to Colin, what you thinking? State asks if he deleted text, and Colin replied that he did not. Nothing else shows up under Christine Wall. February 27th, 2020, Colin to Kaitlin, convo about state capitol. Second text he says was a joke when state asks Colin, sure.
Okay.
All right. State Exhibit 186. State isn't very good at reading out exhibit numbers. Well, we don't make fun of people for their poor reading skills here, y'all. We don't do that anymore. I got yelled at after the stream last time.
Did you really?
No.
It wasn't by me.
Kaitlin to Colin, text. State Exhibit 186 continued. October 20th, 2021. State asked if Colin knows what this is about. Colin regarding real estate dispute in Lockhart. Colin states he had clearly ended the relationship. Took up CAD.
Tell Dave and Valhalla about racing uniform CA had on the
Meteor.
The Meteor.
Isn't there like a bar they go to called the Meteor too?
Maybe. I'm just going back through.
Kaitlin to, yes, this is just part of the morning.
Yeah.
Kaitlin to Colin, you know better than to show up with that girl talking about Mo. They're at the Meteor on South Congress.
Oh, okay.
So there's a Meteor there. So her suit was called Meteor too, Audra?
No, the racing uniform that he wore to the Meteor.
Oh.
Yeah. So apparently Colin wore like some sort of racing uniform.
That's lame. All right.
Isn't it? I feel like that's a little lame.
That's super lame.
Can I defend, though, myself? When I go out riding, I do have a road bike, and I ride down the road a lot because there's not a lot of like sidewalks.
Do you got those cool little spandex shorts?
No. Well, yes, but that's not what I wear. But I don't wear like blue jeans and a flannel when I'm going out for a ride, even if it's cool. I dress in bike gear. I don't wear a helmet, though. But I dress in bike gear because whenever I see somebody riding a bike down the side of the road and they're like in blue jeans and a flannel, I immediately think that guy's got a DUI. And so I always dress in like bike gear when I ride down the road, but I don't walk around bars in it.
Well, I would assume that he's in his race gear because he just got done with a race, is my assumption. And if that's the case, that's got to smell absolutely foul.
Yeah. Okay. So he was wearing a uniform that, so like the Meteor is like one of his sponsors or something.
Something.
Okay.
Kind of a lame move.
What to wear and who to talk to. Yeah. Can you say beta? He does sound like a beta.
He does. Kaitlin to Colin, Unimeter, blah, blah, blah. Forward response to Kaitlin. Colin states that he perceived this as childish behavior, talking about the meeting, not the helmet.
The meeting, not the helmet, definitely.
This was around the time they became intimate. To clarify, he did go to the meeting there, didn't realize Mo would be there. Colin states he isn't in a romantic relationship. He isn't in a romantic relationship with Kaitlin, nor officially Mo. Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
Hang
on, let me get it back there. I'm trying to do too many things. Let me get that out of there. Okay, there we go.
Colin to Kaitlin, can you please be an adult? 805. Colin to Kaitlin, did you call Mo? WTF? Colin doesn't believe Kaitlin and Mo had met. Colin, I need to understand what's going on. Kaitlin, sorry, I can't text it now.
So Kaitlin calls Mo in 2020. That's what we're getting from this, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is 2020. Yeah. Oh my God, where did my freaking PDF go? I can't get it now. Okay, all right, we'll keep going.
That's a weird exchange, though, right?
This exchange with Colin and Kaitlin?
Yeah.
Can you please be an adult?
It's a weird exchange.
Did you call Mo? What the fuck? Again, I do a lot of family law stuff. I'm reading over text messages for a hearing tomorrow. This is very common.
Okay. People are weird.
Yeah.
Y'all are weird. That's why I stay with my goats.
People are weird.
Colin and Kaitlin text. January 11th, 2022. Colin needs receipt for handgun so he can exchange the one he purchased for himself. Picture of firearm, receipt forwarded, 2 firearms from McBride's, December 6th, 2021. Stressed the date just because it was so far before. Colin, is that a question? State no. Colin wanted to exchange for a Springfield because 6 hour was too small. The grip.
Okay.
States Exhibit 188, Kaitlin and Colin, January 12th, 2022. Kaitlin, video file of her shooting at the range. Hi, Murph. Separate audio file of gunshots at the range. That seems weird, but okay.
They have audio file of gunshots at the range. Okay.
Yeah, that seems weird.
Yeah, very odd.
State Exhibit 189, Kaitlin and Colin. March 12th, 2022. Yeah. Kaitlin asks Colin how races went. Not a good race. State tells or asks CS. Not a good race.
Not a good race.
March 13th, 22. Kaitlin to Colin. Give my love to Pete and Mo in reference to the Instagram story Colin had as testified to earlier. The picture when she was in the background.
Oh, yeah. Okay. See, that's why he started skipping races that she was racing in, because he didn't want to deal with that.
Probably. Colin to Kaitlin, can you please stop? Colin found Kaitlin to be very passive-aggressive.
Colin found Kaitlin to be very passive-aggressive. I could see that.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
States Exhibit 190, Kaitlin to Colin, text message, May 1st, 2022. Colin was traveling back from his long road trip from West Coast through Tucson. States Exhibit 191, Kaitlin and Colin, May 11th, 22, 11:21 a.m. Discussion about filing company with Texas Real Estate Commission, not with Kaitlin, but a third party. Kaitlin to Colin, matters relating to the lawsuit. No response from Colin. Colin finally responds to Kaitlin after he dropped Mo off 1 block away and dropping off marijuana to friend.
Yeah, he said he was dropping off marijuana to a friend.
Kaitlin follows up, no response. Or Colin, rather, sorry. Colin has not heard from Kaitlin. He is at home. She is not.
At 9:21 p.m.
At 9:21 p.m.
States Exhibit. Go ahead.
States Exhibit 192. Colin and a friend text about purchasing set of bike wheels and arranging pickup. 10:23 p.m. A visit from APD detective Kaitlin. For Kaitlin? The visit was to Kaitlin, I think.
Yeah, I think
Colin saw a detective as he was leaving to go to the police station. Colin and Kaitlin text and Kaitlin Gmail. May
Did
3rd,
you blank
6:52.
the
Defendant.
I did not.
So the state asked.
Oh, the state. Did you blank the defendant? I did not.
I did not. Pass witness. Thank goodness.
Right,
I think
stop.
that was that night.
Did you screw the defendant? Okay,
that would be my guess.
All right. So this is cross-examination. This gets fiery real quick.
He's not a fan.
So the defendant. So the defense attorney saw you with your attorney and 3 other people. Essentially, do you know who those are? He says, I don't know. My attorney, 3 representatives from the state, and a personal friend that helps me through the process. The defendant, have you spoken with anyone about this case? Colin says no. Who did you talk to between 5:30 on Friday? So essentially between the last time he testified and Monday at 9 a.m. No fucking idea is his response. No fucking idea is his verbatim response.
It's outstanding.
Yeah, right. So
so good.
Then he's asked about cycling cross country West Coast, January 2022. Mo was there. Colin and Kaitlin were there. Something, etc. Kaitlin attempted or attended some events. Kaitlin was upset. She scheduled a meeting, hospitality project without her, or he scheduled the meeting without her. Quite perfect. What?
Upset he scheduled a meeting hospitality project without her.
Quiet
person. Quite perturbed.
Quite perturbed.
That was his response.
Oh, she was quite perturbed. Oh, was she upset? She was quite perturbed. Okay, got it now. All right. Kaitlin was not upset. Not jealous of Mo, not at events, but
Jessica Chastain.
I guess Jessica Chastain. He does not know.
I think that was another former girlfriend.
Kaitlin and Mo in the same restaurant. Didn't focus. So that's a lot of questions for one answer. Didn't focus on it. So then the defense's next question. He didn't see Kaitlin and Mo interact. And was there anything making you think Kaitlin was jealous of Mo? Can't recall anything specific, Colin says. So David Peace, Wheelhouse Mobility Company, apparently Caitlin's business. Colin says the company was dissolved. Defense asks whether or not he works for Colin. Isn't allowed. D to finish sentence.
Isn't allowing the defense to finish their questions.
Questions. Okay.
He's jumping on them before they're done with their questions.
Yeah. So work for correct. May I ask David, please, to May 11th. You asked David Pace to move a vehicle. Colin says, I don't recall. The Mercedes from Lockhart to Austin. Colin says, I don't recall. Defense says a truck. Colin says, I don't recall. The defense says keys to David Peace, I guess. Colin says, I don't recall. Peace or place. I don't know. Defendant says keys in a specific place. Colin says, I don't recall. Defense asks, do you generally recall where your keys are kept? Colin says, bowl in the living room. The defense asks David Peace, or did David Peace have access? Who's this David Peace guy? It sounds like maybe that's their alternative suspect.
I think he had something to do with Kaitlin on one of their off again, on again things. And I could be wrong. It might just be a friend of his. But somewhere along the lines, he asked David Peace to drive some vehicles back and forth for him.
Okay.
So they're trying to demonstrate that lots of people had access to the vehicles.
Yeah, seeing a pattern. I think maybe they want to focus some attention on this David Peace guy. Okay. So did David Peace have access? Colin says yes. What vehicle at Fort Park Home and what vehicle?
Blackboard?
And
Black.
lock. Colin says 10 to 20 vehicles at any time. Oh, this is his business. I'm sorry, this is his business. So he says there's 10 to 20 vehicles there at any time. Maybe David Peace is a business owner. They're going through a lawsuit. Maybe that's where they're going with this. Right? Because the company's being sued. Maybe David Peace works for them. Caitlin's involved in the case as well as or in the business as well as Colin. So 2 Dodge pickups, 2 Mercedes E300s, BMW
Motorcycle.
motorcycle,
Triumph motorcycle, a couple other motorcycles.
Triumphs are awesome, by the way.
They are. They're really cool.
Defense reference to tech or... And then apparently, okay, so he can't even get that sentence out. Then Colin says non-functional, haven't transferred with Honda Fit. Mom lived with Colin
6 months out of the year.
6 months out of the year. And parks
her Honda Fit in the street or driveway.
There you go. Kaitlin and Colin rarely drove the Honda Fit. Colin previously owned a black SUV. It was misfiring issues. It was a 2020 and got rid of it. Or in 2020, got rid of it. 4 to 5 years before Mo's murder. This SUV... Wait. Okay. SUV had bike rack, and it was transferred to... Oh, the bike rack was transferred to Caitlin's black Jeep. Kaitlin didn't have emotional attachment. Kaitlin loved to the Jeep. Kaitlin loved her Jeep. No idea. Arbitrary question. No idea. Arbitrary question.
What a dick.
Yeah, I know, right?
What a dick. Just answer the question, bro.
Yeah.
God. To be clear, no emotional attachment to the Jeep. Colin, no idea. Arbitrary question. Defense. Good Lord. To be clear, no emotional attachment. Colin, arbitrary question. No, I have no idea. Colin continued. I have no idea. Something I can't speak to. Defense. Approaches witness. Give me 1 second, Judge. Defense sits. Defense. No one else used Caitlin's Jeep on any day. No, did not drive it. Aware of others that drove it? Conceivably, but not certain. Your sister? I don't know. For certain? I don't recall. After May 11th, you told Kaitlin to sell the Jeep. Do not recall. Apple laptop? Yes. iPad? Correct. iPhone? Correct. iPhone cloud? What was the passcode? I don't recall the password. It's been changed. Was it a numeric code? Very likely. The laptop was numbers, phone was letters and numbers. You state Kaitlin somehow blocked Mo. Correct. Some from Mo, but not all. Do not recall. You received some messages from Mo intermittently. Some messages,
not at all.
Not all. Yeah. Not all. Contact blocked and unblocked. He never blocked, but unblocked. Not for me to decide, Colin says. Why didn't you tell the PD when you saw them on May 12th and 17th? You got me. No idea if Kaitlin blocked. Specific phone can cut off notifications. I don't recall. Explains how phones you can cut off notifications. No idea. Did you ever actually block? I believe a cumulative email blocks as well. Defense sat with the DA and reviewed spreadsheet of all blocked contacts, correct? ADF.
Did any of these incorrect? Defendant incorrect. Define
incorrect.
Yeah.
You had 71 blocked numbers, but you don't know how. Can you explain? Colin. Some are blocked emails. Defense. Approximately 60 people's numbers you blocked. Cannot confirm nor deny. 90% have no name associated with it. Defense, 71 blocked, correct? Colin, correct. An additional 16 emails, correct. You're responsible for blocked numbers on your phone? Occasionally, yes. Occasionally, block hundreds of accounts. Different if email, though.
Okay, so I will say this, that if I get telemarketer calls, I block them.
Oh, yeah, same.
Instantly. It'll come up as spam alert, and if they don't leave a message, I block them.
Same.
So I could have hundreds of numbers.
Very likely. And I would assume that if he's got the email, well, I don't know. I don't know. Do you assume Kaitlin was reading messages sent to Mo? Would upset Kaitlin? Can't speak to that. You and Mo sent naked pictures? No. Did you sext? No. Were you emotional or heartfelt, I guess? Was it a romantic thing? No. Jury will review your messages to outsiders. Boring. Would you consider, I can't remember how this was worded in the other
where are we? I lost my spot.
It looks like it says jury will review your message to outsider. Boring. Can't speak to that.
Naked pictures?
Further down. You were right. You're good. You're good. Naked pictures, no. Sext, no. Emotion, heart, no. Jury will review your message to outsider. Boring. Can't speak to that.
Okay.
That's weird. In McKinley's notes, I remember this question, and it was something along the lines of how would the text messages look between or to an outsider? Would it look boring to an outsider? And he's like, I can't really say.
Okay, so all right, hang on. No.
Try boring.
I was typing naked the way I always type it in chat. Share your emotions and heart with others. No, we did not. Safe to say that to a regular outsider, these messages are boring. Can't speak to that. That kind of does cause for speculation.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay.
For sure.
Let's see. State is doing us a favor and pulling up State's Exhibit 183. 183 is a message between Colin and Mo. This is May 11, 2022 at 11:13 a.m. Colin texts yes. Colin to Mo, I never heard from you. Defense, was that true? Or the defense counsel asked, was that true? Colin says, I have no idea what you're referring to. Defense, you texted Mo. Colin says, yes. Defense says, you made plans. Colin says, yes. Defense says, she reached out to you. Colin says, I don't recall. What you think in text Mo sent to Colin? Colin was already riding and training. Okay. Mo sent Colin was already out. Oh, that's in reference to the earlier text. Yeah, because that doesn't make any sense. Did she reach out to you? He says, I don't recall. But he testified earlier that if he received something, he didn't see it right away.
Right.
Defense, would you get text and then act like you never received them? Colin, I don't recall. Defense, you asked 2 hours earlier, correct? Colin, I was on my bike, not receiving notifications. They were received by my phone. Defense, then woman in Colorado sent you a photo of bra and panties that Kaitlin sent to you. You implied Kaitlin got them from your phone. Colin, no, State implied that. And that's underlined and like capitalized. So I'm assuming he's getting a little feisty.
Getting a little flustered.
Mm-hmm. Defense, Mr. Strickland, you are familiar with the term sexting, are you not, sir? Colin, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. No,
he can't be this naive, right?
No, this is dumb.
He's just being an ass, right?
Yeah, McKinley said, yeah, Colin got very confrontational and inconsistent here. Well, you can already tell he's inconsistent. Well, I mean, I guess the attorney was also a little inconsistent with the questionings too. Yeah, how could you not know what sexting is?
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Well, he might be Amish. He rides a bicycle.
He does ride a bicycle.
What does it mean to you? The defense asks. Colin says, I don't know. Sounds ridiculous. Could not tell you.
He's just being an ass.
Defense, how do you meet women? Colin, I don't know. Defense, how long ago did you meet women from Colorado or the woman before? Oh, how'd you meet that woman? He says, I don't know. How long ago did you meet the woman from Colorado? Colin interrupts.
I don't know.
Under defense, I don't know. Yeah, okay. So the defense asks, did you tell the woman in Colorado about Kaitlin? Colin says, no. Defense, you sent her pictures of some sort, then unreturned, she sent bra and panty, and then in return, she sent you those, the bra and panty pictures, correct? At the time you resended the photos, you were in a relationship with Kaitlin, yes? Colin stuttered. Well, we're not married.
We were not married.
And the gallery gasps, and everyone looks up. This guy's a douche.
He seems like a total tool.
We were not married. She was living in my house. I'm emphasizing the words that are underlined. I'm hoping that's how that came across.
It's working for me. It's working
The
for
state
me.
is saying messages from Mo at 9 a.m. was not on his phone dump, but showed up on an extraction and it had been deleted, so he never saw it. Oh. If I delete a message from like my iPad, will it delete it on my phone? I wonder.
I don't know.
Probably. Okay. So he stuttered. We were not married. She was living in my house. Questioned when the pictures were sent. The defense questioned when the pictures were sent. Colin, how is this relevant? Defense, someone sending pictures of bra and panties, there's a certain attraction. Colin, I don't know. Defense, you didn't tell KA for what reason, implying if this was platonic. Oh, implying that this was platonic. Colin says, I don't know. All of his answers, I don't know. Asking about the Colorado woman 10 months later. So it's not fair for Kaitlin to be upset. Colin says, I notified her at the time. Defense, do you believe Kaitlin went through your phone in October of 2021? Colin, I don't know. Defense, you told investigators that Kaitlin went through your phone in October of 2021. Colin, I don't know. Before testifying Friday, you never told investigators about the Colorado woman. Colin, I don't recall. Defense, do you recall screenshots of Colorado woman that's hard proof Kaitlin went through the phone and even got into your phone? Colin laughs. I don't know. I don't know your defendant. I'm not an attorney. No evidence. What? I can't speak to that. I'm not an attorney. Wow. Okay.
He's being a dick.
Yeah. You had girlfriends in the past where you were the one that looked in their phones and not the other way around. Colin, I don't know. Change at home on
Fort Park.
Yeah, I guess. Defendant approaches. Defendant shows photo of Fort Park house as certified and published. Defense exhibit D12 and D13. State. Many parties approach. Oh, may the parties approach, Your Honor, and they have a sidebar. Sounds like he is a drug dealer and business is a front. That's the note on the side. Interesting. Okay. Oh,
Could
he
be.
was delivering marijuana.
Could
right?
be. Very well could be. They found mushrooms too, right?
Yeah. But messages are still on your iCloud backup. Okay. I mean, I don't make it a practice of deleting messages, so never really looked at it. All right, so one photo is of the correct dish with car keys. Correct. I love when witnesses answer like halfway through. You see it in like this in transcripts all the time. Defense, where? Colin says living room. Defense, you are aware on May 12th, investigators found a jar with marijuana. Colin says yes. Defense, the jar was full of psychedelic mushrooms. Colin says yes. Oh my god. All right. So defense, home security. How many doors are there? Defense, define a door. Really? Like a garage door?
Yeah.
What leads to any entry into the home? How many? He interrupts 5. Electric entry? Yes. Electronic entry, I guess. Electronic entry, something like a keypad? Yes. Do you change codes since May 11th? Code was 6644U. Correct. He's just cutting them off.
He is. You shared that code with a lot of people. Did the entire community gave it to the entire community to share? Giggity. I don't know. You shared this 33 times between these dates. It is possible. Defense and state attorneys converse about something, a lot of something about what to put on screen. Defense approaches Colin. Defense Exhibit 9. Please review. Do you recognize? Interrupted. Yes, very forcefully. Chris Talley. Are you familiar? Yes. Fair account of text. Yes. State objects. No objection to. They withdrew.
Defense Exhibit 9. Yeah, so Defense Exhibit 101. Do you recall? Yes. Text exchange, Brandon, photographer. Clear accounting of the text exchange. Yes. All right.
He's getting such a
text between Colin and his friend. Previous roommate. Yes. Text between Colin and Josh. Colin says to Josh, Josh is head chief of Clark Oyster Bar. Head chef at Clark Oyster Bar. Defendant 104, text between Colin and a friend. Chris Humbard. Defense, is this accurate? Chris says yes. 105, text exchange between myself and a friend. Devin Parker is the friend. Defense, Exhibit 105, doesn't allow counsel to finish. Question, being extremely rude. All right. State and defense attorneys talk. Good news, Mr. Strickland. Because of these messages, the defense has approached. The witness. Defense Exhibit 136. I'll place a paperclip on it for you.
Look through it and let me know when you're done.
All right. Receive that complete. 136. Text between Colin and close friend. For the record, 5 individuals. Colin, say something I can't hear. Microphone, Elaine. Okay. Microphone. Sure, you can review later. All right. So the defense. All of these are instances of you sharing a code to your front door. Colin says correct. They could pop in. Colin, that's subjective. He's not the attorney. He stated he's not the attorney, yet he acts like one. Companies paid me because I provided in small circles. That's subjective. I won races and sold merch. Companies paid me because I'm popular in small circles. Okay. That's subjective. I won races and sold merch. Common for people to come into your home? Question mark. Colin says various instances. Wasn't rare that people that come and go. Even when you and Kaitlin weren't at home and both of you were out. May 9th, both returned to Fort Clark home. Okay. May 11th, bike ride, got home at 1:50 p.m. You are aware the police got the phone recordings, cell data. Collins says yes. So, doubt 1:50 p.m. Does that say doubt? Yeah, doubt 1:50 p.m. No. Was Kaitlin there? Can't recall. Pick up Mo from Cash on May 11th. He says correct. Friday, you said Cherrywood neighborhood. I don't recall. Defense approaches Colin. Colin begins to read something. I went to in Churchwood out loud because he doesn't give the defendant a chance to finish what he's going to say or about to say. Oh, yeah. Let counsel finish. The judge says, wow.
Judge told him.
What is Cherrywood neighborhood? Not familiar with Northeast Austin, Collins says. Defense, you wouldn't be aware of boundary at West 35th, etc. Collins says no. Defendant, south is blackened boundary. Wait, what? South is
Blackland.
Blackland boundary is Martin Luther King Boulevard. Collins says no. Defense, MLK 12th Chestnut neighborhood. Collins says not aware. You passed Chestnut, the defense says. Collins says not aware. Defense, where Cash lives, you call Cherrywood? Collins says not aware. Defense, you and Mo rode on motorcycle to the Pool Burger. Yeah, right.
Yep.
Pool Burger.
Yep.
Collins says no. Road to Deep Eddies. Defense, Deep Eddies. Colin.
Correct.
All right, you want to keep reading?
Mo's arms were around you on the motorcycle, possibly holding onto your hips with her legs. Don't know about her arms. She was wearing a helmet with a chin strap. What a dick. What's a chin strap? Chin protector or chin strap? You need to define chin protector. What a dick.
This guy is a dick.
Deep Eddies to Mo's home on the way back, on the same exact place and spot Kaitlin had ridden with you on the motorcycle. Don't recall Mo's arms around me. Defense approaches the witness without reading out loud on way to.
Like how he starts it this time without reading aloud. Take a look at this.
On way to start reading lines 2 to 3 to yourself, please. Interview with Detective Spiller.
Detective
correct.
Spiller. Yeah.
Colin says yes. Less than 24 hours, correct? Yes. Jacket on from Deep Eddies? I don't recall. It's pretty hot in Austen, Texas in May. Yes. If you're wearing a jacket and it's conceivable, Mo would have contact. Conceivable, yes. Arms? Yes, conceivable. Palms for her hands? Conceivable, yes. While at Deep Eddies, ran into, I don't remember his name. You went to Pool Burger? Man, I used to work with at Hugh Choir Norman. I don't know what that is. It's a company he used to work for.
So, ETX, let's find this.
Neighbor reporting. Okay, I was a little stoned. I was going to say something about it, but I left.
I was wondering if that was what they were going into.
I wasn't sure if it was, and I didn't want to be wrong.
Sunset early in that neighborhood.
That's horrible. Did this man know you previously had sexual relations with Mo? No. On Friday, how in the world did this jerk? I don't get it. And they're all like attractive, physically fit, outgoing women. It's very strange.
I don't get it either. This is bringing too much heat to my drug deal, and I can't be on the stand testifying.
Right?
I bet you that's what it is. Like all these news media out here that want to talk to me.
That very well could be.
That's what I really think. I think he doesn't like the publicity that he is getting, probably in both the racing community and maybe his side dealings or something.
I'm sure both of those are causing him great stress.
Yeah.
On Friday, you said you saw Mo head upstairs. Yes, conceivable. She went right upstairs. Did you have sex with Mo on May 11th? No. You spoke with Kaitlin. You chose not to tell Kaitlin. Kaitlin asked to speak. I'm not sure about this question from the defense. You chose not to tell her, or Kaitlin Asked to speak. Okay. Is there anything in that conversation you wanted to change to forget May 11th? Colin, yes. Attorney on the phone. Yes. Do you actively try to forget 5/11, 22 events? Yes. All tests based on memory? Yes. You actively try to forget? Yes. You said memory fades? Yes. You told Spiller events of 5/11? Yes. With Mo received a phone call from Kaitlin? Yes. When Mo received a phone call from Kaitlin. Real time chose not to answer? Yes. Text message? Yes. Notification? Yes. Read text? Chose not to respond. You know Kaitlin very well? No, I do not. On 5/11, you knew Kaitlin very well. I don't know. Yes. If Blink would have answered, I don't know. I'm guessing that was if Mo would have answered, but I'm not really sure. Was Kaitlin mad? No. Text from Kaitlin mad? No. Text Kaitlin on 5/11? Yes. Spiller on 5/12? According to your testimony?
Kaitlin rolled up within a few minutes of 9:21 p.m. Defense approach. Let's see. Please, without reading aloud, read to yourself. Now, does that question make sense? And then they go to a 10-minute break. So they must be impeaching him with something. You sent a text. So this is where we're transitioning now, because I got Audra's messages a little late. Hang on, let me see if I can. I can't even pull them up now. I don't know what happened. I tried to.
You broke it, didn't you?
I can't even get at this thing. I can't pull it up. So we're just going to keep going with this because I saved them. I combined them. You guys saw that. And then I'm going to have to like shut down my computer. I don't know what's going on. Okay. All right. So these are from, I pulled up her name so many times. McKinley. Thank you. Jeez. Don't take it.
I got you, girl. I appreciate you, McKinley. You can come over to my chat too if you want to. I'm just going to take everybody.
Oh, okay.
I almost choked on water.
It was supposed to transpose them. It did, but it sent it over in individual emails, and I would literally have had to cut it out of the email and paste it, and I just didn't have time. So that's all. So that's why we went through the handwritten ones. I do have your transcribed ones. So those did come through. I just didn't, because Nick wanted me on his stream, and I just lost time.
Yeah, he bumped back our stream by a half hour and didn't even bother telling me. We were playing. I
did, because Nick, I was driving home from the office, and Nick was like, "Hey, can you jump on real quick? I got some questions." I was like, well, "What time are you going?" And I was like, "All right, I'll be late, but I can be on there." So I literally pulled in the driveway, jumped up the tree, and now I'm here. Hey, Flux.
Welcome. We were late in Flux today. We apologize.
Well, you can still send them to me, please.
Well, we still want them for Discord, but you don't necessarily have to have them.
I'll call you because I'll show you how they came through. It wasn't clean. I got as I was driving home and texting Valhalla, I got 30 text or emails, and they were all snippets. It wasn't all together. So maybe there's a different way to do that. All right. So this is essentially, we went through and we kind of picked up where we are. You sent her a text at 9:21 p.m., correct? You told Spitler that she rolled up a few minutes after you sent the text at 9:20, correct? Said she appeared completely normal when she drove up a few minutes after 9:21 p.m., right? Took you 15 minutes to drive home from Cash's, correct? Yes. You didn't seem, or she didn't seem frazzled, right? Yes. Or no. All right, go ahead. You keep reading.
Y'all didn't discuss what she had been doing that night, right? I don't recall. Never claimed that she told you she was at yoga or at Target or with a friend, right? Don't recall. That night, she never said anything to suggest she was planning on an alibi. Right. I don't recall. After you spoke to detectives, before you went to the station, you spoke to Kaitlin and goodness, hold on. All right. Sorry, Chad. I got to ignore you for a minute. I got to make it bigger. After you spoke to detectives before you went to the station, you spoke to Kaitlin and told her you had been with Mo the night before, correct? Yes. Was she upset at all when she heard you had been with Mo? Didn't seem that way. She seemed shocked, right? Yes.
You literally, I thought you said you had 200 pages. I want to see those things.
Heck yeah.
I want to see those, Audra. Don't like email them to me if you want to. You don't have to type them out. Just I want to see those things.
Absolutely. Next page.
Oh, sorry.
All good.
There we go.
Didn't occur to you that she was faking, right? No, that didn't enter my mind. You interviewed with Spittler and Ayers on 512 and 517, and on 513 you spoke with a criminal defense lawyer, right? After you talked to your lawyer, you decided to separate yourself from Kaitlin, right? Yes. Do you know if Kaitlin also spoke to an attorney and got the same advice? No, I don't know. You decided to stop contact after 513 with Kaitlin, correct? I tried to contact her after I got the phone turned on, but I was told not to. That is correct. That is correct. When you interviewed with Spittler, you asked if Mo's bike had been stolen, right? Yes.
Ooh.
That is kind of a weird question to ask the detective.
Why? Yeah. Why did he ask that? Okay.
You hadn't been told anything about the bike at this point, right? You asked if the bike had been stolen and no one prompted you to ask that, right? Correct.
Ooh.
During 517 interview, you told detective about vandalism to your motorcycle being pushed into Caitlin's Jeep and caused a dent, and it looked like someone pushed it over, right? Someone also flipped over the 20 stone pavers in the front, right? 3 to 6 pounds each. Had no doubt someone intentionally turned them over. You found 2 $1 bills at the end of the stone pavers, right? Yes. You know this happened late 512 or early 513, correct? Yes.
What's with the $1 bills?
I don't know.
At the end of the stone pavers. I don't get that.
He found them on the ground, but or something strange. I don't.
Yeah.
You were with her the entire time, correct? She didn't go outside, right? Not that I know, but I went to sleep. Said maybe it was a homeless person. You took photos of vandalism, correct? I don't recall. Did you follow through and send these photos to the detective? I don't recall. Did anyone fess up on the vandalism at your home? I don't know. Did you ever get a satisfactory answer as to who committed the vandalism? No. Never had vandalism at your home before this incident that occurred about 24 hours after Mo's death? That's really weird timeline. During first interview, you felt they were pushing a narrative, and during the second interview, you felt they were just leading a narrative, correct? I don't recall.
Definitely, Dave. By the way, welcome. I haven't seen you in a bit.
How you doing, Dave?
Yeah.
Approached and refreshed. You felt they were just trying to lead you along during the second interview. You told your lawyers you wanted to tell detectives, fuck you guys for manipulating me. Page.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
You're good.
I'm like multitasking here.
Relationship with Kaitlin. On Friday, described your relationship with Kaitlin as tumultuous. Do you know how it's defined? Was there any violence? Any destruction of property? Any thrown objects? Any screaming at each other? Abusing each other? Call the cops on each other? Didn't argue much, right? Right. Not volatile, right? With the exception of the few incidents that have been referenced, I suppose I meant tumultuous within myself internally rather than between the two of us. You said one of the things that made you worried about forming a long-term relationship with her were her clothes. Fast fashion, by no means a singular issue, but it's that they were disposable and from Asia.
That explains the Target trips.
Oh, he's such a bigot. Fair to say that's a you issue and not a Kaitlin
when he
issue.
walks around in his bicycle riding uniform or whatever.
Oh my god. Fair to say that's a you issue and not a Kaitlin issue. Yup. Said she wasn't athletic enough to keep up with you, but she was athletic before she met you, correct? Said you introduced her to cycling friends, but she had yoga friends, right? She was always asking you to go to yoga with her, correct? You never went with Kaitlin to yoga. Had no interest in going to yoga. You wanted her to manage your finances, correct? She didn't trick you into it, right? Y'all bought a house together in Lockhart, correct? Y'all owned a business together, correct? Technically, when she formed the LLC in October 21, yes.
Okay, so I have a question for
McKinley.
It's just me. McKinley, when you have the question and there's no answer, I'm assuming the answer is yes. And correct me if I'm wrong, please. And if it's anything other than yes, you write down the answer. That's what I'm assuming is happening here in your notes. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to get a clarification.
Um,
All right, there we
that's a
are.
good question too, because I was thinking maybe the defense attorney started just kind of going rapid fire with his questioning.
That wouldn't technically be allowed. You can't
Right,
ask.
because he's got to be able to answer the questions.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm thinking. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Good
That's
deal.
what I thought. It's a shorthand.
New shorthand. That's all.
Yeah. Okay.
You and Mo had a fling for a week in October, November 21, and were having sex with her, correct? Yes. You were 35 and she was 25, correct? Yes. And Mo had just gotten out of a relationship, right? Yes. Were you taking advantage of her emotional state after her breakup? No. You were widely respected in the cycling community, right? Yes. You claimed to mentor Mo, right? Yes. Is it common to have sex with someone you mentor?
I
You said
guess.
yes there?
Oh, wow. All right.
All right. You were with Kaitlin days before you started a relationship with Mo, right? And within days of having sex with Mo, you were back with Kaitlin, right? Not exactly like 4 weeks. During your relationship with Mo, you were aware that Kaitlin had gone on a trip to Mexico alone and spontaneously. Yes. Also testified she went to Bali during y'all's relationship, correct? Yes. What other travel are you aware of? I believe she lived in Bali before us meeting, Singapore, Thailand, Iceland, repeatedly to Mexico. For the most part, the travel was related to her yoga practice. You were in love with Kaitlin before this case. I was. Did you lie to Spittler to protect Kaitlin? I don't believe so. You were advised of your rights during your meeting with Spittler, right? Yes. Y'all, is I don't believe so a good answer there? Did you lie to Spittler to protect Kaitlin? I don't believe so.
No, it's not a good answer. It's a way for him to worm out of an answer later on that might be coming.
Okay.
It's very Jody-ish.
Yeah, I thought so. Mm-hmm. You were advised of your rights during your meeting with Spittler, right? Yes. Y'all talked about what perjury means, correct? I don't know. You told him the truth during that interview? Yes. October 2019, y'all started dating. Were you going on other dates with other women that you met through that app when you started a relationship? No. Were y'all exclusive starting in October 21? I believe so. Late February, early March 20. How do you believe so?
Maybe well, there might have been some clingers.
Sure. Late February or early March 2020, we first broke up. She was in Bali during the breakup.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve. How you doing, buddy? Got back together after COVID shut everything down? Yes. How long were y'all broken up? Were you having sex with other people? Yes. Were you sexting with other people? Were you flirting with other people? Why did y'all break up? I explained it to her in a long text. You can reference it. To the best of my knowledge, because I did not believe we had enough in common to forge a long-term relationship. Y'all started living
that
together.
On direct too.
Yeah.
He said that a lot. He wasn't happy with her, I don't think.
No,
felt like I think he felt like he was stuck with her because she was handling all the finances for the business.
Yeah, it seemed like he was kind of settling and just putting up with her for various reasons.
Guys, don't do that. Don't settle and put up with a horrible, horrible woman.
Don't do that. You will not be happy. I promise you.
You'll end up like Colin sitting on the stand testifying.
Kicking cameramen in the face and shit. Yeah. Pulling the Dennis Rodman. Where did I go?
I was going to say, where are we? I lost my spot.
Running water. Long-term. Y'all started living together, correct? Yes. She asked me in a letter. She had no running water at her apartment. From beginning of COVID to October 21, did y'all have any breakups? Yes. Did you have sex with other women? Don't recall. Did you date other women? Don't recall. Fall of 21, y'all break up, and that breakup lasted like 5 weeks, correct? You described the breakup as a blip, an interruption, right? No, I intended it to be final. Approaches to refresh.
Refresh your memory. Take something up there.
There you go. I was missing that. That was the second time. I was like, I'm missing something there. I referenced it in hindsight as a blip. Then y'all got back together, right? Yes. During that blip, she dated other people. Yes. And you and Kaitlin broke up on your way home, right? Y'all slept in same home that night. Yes. Y'all had sex that night. Don't think so. You didn't kick her out, right? She was a legal resident of your home when you started your relationship with Mo, right? You were aware Kaitlin was using dating apps, right? Were you and Mo very close? Were you in love with her? We hadn't spent very much time together at that point.
Let me ask the chat something. If you are, say, going on the first or second date with somebody, and then you find out that they have an ex that they currently live with, how long is that relationship lasting? That's just what I want to know.
Not very long, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Val speaks at 1.5 speed. He does. That's why I'm letting him read most of it.
Do I need to slow down? My bad.
No. You're good. Gosney rated you? No,
yes, sir. People like me, David. People like me.
They do. I know. I just settle for the leftovers. Hey guys, my chat is my stream is pinned at the top of Valhalla's chat. You can come over and give me a thumbs up.
Please do. We are indeed dual streaming, and let's be honest here. Dave is doing most of the work on this. I'm just reading the words properly.
No,
that's
fine.
What I'm doing.
I gotta give it to Steve a little bit, especially after I got no love from him on the Lego stream.
Lego stream. Oh. Well, I think in all fairness, the only reason I got love is because I typed his name wrong. he emailed me real quick. Who's DT? I don't know, man. It's messed up. I'll fix it. My bad.
All right, where did we leave off? I can't remember.
Were you and Mo very close? Were you in love with her? We hadn't spent very much time together at that point. Was the purpose of her Austen visit to see you or some other reason? I think she was here to see two friends that lived in Bolden Creek as well as Cash. Did you have constant strife with Kaitlin regarding your relationship with Mo? After you all got back together, did Kaitlin ever tell you not to have contact with Mo? I don't recall. You changed Mo's contact in your phone to a different name, right? Yes. And you deleted your entire prior text thread at the same time, right? Yes. There was nothing stopping you on 5/11 from telling Kaitlin you were going to go hang out with Mo. Is it fair to say that you changed Mo's name in your phone because you just didn't want to tell Kaitlin about it? Sounds pretty likely to me.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah. You knew that having an emotional conversation about Mo would be annoying, right? Yes. Probably a little more than annoying. You don't like to have emotional conversations, do you? The reason you changed the name wasn't because you thought Kaitlin had a problem with Mo. It was just because you didn't want to deal with it, right?
That sounds fair. That sounds legit.
That sounds likely. I think she did have a problem with Mo, just as I would with one of her exes if I had taken the time to research them. You described her in wonderful terms during both interviews and said she wasn't particularly jealous, right? Right. First person to ever bring up that Kaitlin was jealous was Detective Spittler, right? You have had jealous girlfriends in the past, and she didn't seem that way, right? Aware of Amity Rockwell, right? Yes. Oh, that's a chick's name, apparently. Amity?
Amity. That's okay.
All right. Go Texas.
These days. Yeah.
Austin's a weird place. Are you aware she warned Mo not to get involved with you, right? At some point before Kaitlin relationship, you had a sexual relationship with Amity Rockwell, right? Right.
This is not the Colorado woman. She's unnamed, I believe, right? So this is some other woman.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's named the Colorado woman.
Yeah.
Rockwell was a cyclist, and you continued hanging out with her after relationship with Kaitlin, right? Yes. Do you ever recall Kaitlin displaying any jealousy regarding Rockwell? No. You stayed with someone named Morgan Rojas in California in May of 22, right? Not true. She's a friend that lives in LA, and we had dinner when I was there. Did you have, how do you get that mixed up? You either stayed with this chick or had dinner one time?
I don't know. I think this guy was sticking it in whatever would have him.
Well, that could be too.
Honestly. Look at this is the guy, by the way, we're all talking about.
But he's a stud athlete, right, in the racing community. So he's got to be like,
I don't know.
I'm not going to demean the man. I don't know him.
Yay, Farrell's here.
It's about time, Farrell. Hello.
I tagged her like an hour and 9 minutes ago when we're going live.
Where you been?
Did you have a sexual relationship with her before Kaitlin? Yes, and Kaitlin not jealous, right? No. So she was jealous? That's a little confusing answer. You had a sexual relationship with her, that woman in LA, before Kaitlin. The answer is yes, and Kaitlin not jealous.
And right? Kaitlin wasn't jealous, right? No.
Okay. So was she or was she not?
She was not. Kaitlin was not.
Hannah Stone, little sister, Christina, don't know. She's just working his way down the family?
Well, seems to be that way.
Virginia, someone I dated in 2017. You made a text thread with you and Kaitlin and encouraged her to go on a bike ride with Virginia. Did she ever display any jealousy regarding this? Don't recall. So the defense is trying to set up like this woman wasn't jealous of any of these dozens of women that you stuck it in at some point in the past and we're still talking to. So why would she be jealous of Mo? That's what the defense is doing, which is actually not that bad. I like that. His face reminds me of Beaker from the Muppets. I can see
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I get
there.
it.
Beaker in real life.
He's got a better hairline than Beaker, though.
Yeah.
He's definitely got a better hairline. You did lie to Kaitlin on 5/11, right? You didn't tell her you were meeting up with Mo, right? You lied to her. The reason wasn't because you thought she had a problem with Mo. You lied because you didn't want to get caught. Fair to say you lied to Kaitlin because you didn't want to deal with it. Yes. You know Kaitlin called Mo in October of 21. Yes. You told police about that, right? Don't recall. Right before Kaitlin called Mo, she had asked you where her helmet was. You were aware she called Mo looking for her helmet because she thought you lent it to Mo, right? Sidebar. Couldn't imagine Kaitlin being capable of hurting anyone. Correct. Said Kaitlin had never done anything violent in her life, right? I don't recall. Sounds right. I assume you were reading a transcript, so yes. I thought Kaitlin was a softie that had never been violent, right? Yes. It was your impression in May of 22 that Kaitlin was at peace in y'all's relationship, right? On way home, y'all talked about the relationship, right? You told her you didn't want her to attend races anymore because she was a distraction and required attention. What a dick. What a dick.
What a burn. Oh.
Yes, because she required me to maintain her bicycle and my own, and that was too much to focus on and still perform at the level I needed to. She didn't have a problem with this, did she? Yes, I guess. During the whole time from 2019,
I was just reading this. Yeah. And it was making me think of Jodi Arias, where like all of my other boyfriends are alive. I couldn't have possibly have killed Mo because all of Colin's exes are still alive.
Oh my god. During this whole time from 2019, May 2022, did you have sex with anyone other than Kaitlin? Yes. Anyone other than Mo? No. You were friends with many.
Mo and Kaitlin. See, that's the linkage. See, that was a bad question because now the reason why she's not jealous of any of these other women. She's the only one
left.
Yes, they're all in the past. Mo is current.
Yeah.
That's why. That was a bad question by the defense.
That was a bad question. You were friends with many other women in the cycling community, right? Yes. She wasn't jealous of any of those women, right? I don't think that is correct. All of them are still okay? Yeah. That's another dumb question. Firearms. Kaitlin didn't ask you to buy the guns, right? She selected the one she wanted based on research she had done. She didn't manipulate you, right? Right. Afternoon session.
Redirect of Strickland. So that was it, huh?
Well, that was interesting.
Right. So that was the end of the cross. Okay.
Give me a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll be right back, y'all.
Bye, Valhalla. All right. Came from his attorney. What came from his attorney? Okay. Her hair is different and not pulled to the side. It was usually in front of her face. One juror wearing a mask. Oh, okay. So you mean her by the defendant. Interesting. All right. Guillermo. I can't say that name on redirect. Driving her black SUV with the bike rack when she arrived. Yes. David Keynes. Was he with her? I'm assuming. Does he? I don't know what the answer is. Does he know Mo? Does he know Mo as a ATX? Does he know her? Mo was stalling. All no. Okay, so no to all of this. No, Mo was staying. Does he know where Mo was staying? All right. Block numbers. Block numbers. Okay, so they're going over to the block numbers. Are vast majority of those blocked numbers spam? Hard to say since they don't have any contacts associated with them. Okay, so they are numbers you do not know and you don't recognize, or emails you don't know, correct? Yes. But you did recognize at least 4 contacts that were blocked. What do you, that you did not block? A text shown to you from 9 a.m. on 5/11 from Mo, where you were on your training ride. Why didn't you respond to that text that morning? This was already like asked several times. I think his answer is fine. I don't recall which text you're referring to. The one when you were on your bike ride. I think because I was on my ride. So you're saying there's a difference between you not responding to a text for whatever reason and you not responding to a text because you never received it? Yes, they appear to be two different things. Okay. I have a question for Audra and McKinley. Was he like was he throwing attitude towards the state as well? I guess is my question. Oh, ATX is Austin, Texas. Okay. I thought it was like a racing thing because this kind of seems like he's throwing attitude towards the state as well. Yes, they appear to be two different things. That's just kind of like a condescending answer. Do you think any of the people you texted your code to know Mo? Can't say, long list. Do you think they know where Mo was staying or that she was in Austin, Texas? No. Were you aware? When you were on the West Coast, was D, who's D? The defendant using your motorcycle. Okay, so the defendant using your motorcycle while you were gone. No, 600 pounds too heavy to ride. So it was sitting in your garage unused for the entire month? Yes. She had her own helmet, and the vast majority of the time you wore your helmet and she wore hers. Yes. Do you even recall the last time before 9/11, before 5/11 that she rode on your bike? I do not know. Had to have been at least 3 to 4 weeks because you were gone, right? Conceivably. Hot in your garage? Very. That's where you store. That's when you store it when you're not using it, right? Correct. On 5/11, did the defendant ride your motorcycle? No. Today, let me see here. Yes, he was an asshole on both sides. Okay, that's cool. As long as he's an equal opportunity asshole, I guess. Attitude all around. Again, I think it's like a publicity thing. I think he doesn't want to be involved at all with this case. I think that's the fundamental issue. Today you said your house was never vandalized before 5/12, 5/13, right? Correct. But you told us on Friday your neighbor across the street house had been seriously vandalized, right? Yes. It's your opinion that Kaitlin had a problem with Mo. Yes. Phone calls to Mo. Is it your recollection that she called and asked about the helmet? Yes. I am not certain exactly what she said during the phone call. Okay. Oh, so that's his answer. It's not yes. I'm not exactly sure what she said on the phone call. Do you recall what the diameter was of Miss Wilson? Oh, what the demeanor of Miss Wilson was when she discussed the call with you? She found it strange, Mo said. So that's Miss Wilson is Mo. He seems like he's on drugs, having a hard time remembering answers to questions he answered earlier today and not understanding them now. Also, very lethargic. Maybe he is on drugs. I don't know. 517. Do you remember what you said when was the reason to detectives that you saved Mo as a Christian in your phone? Oh, as a Christine in your phone. I'm sorry. Approach to refresh because I felt a right to maintain a friendship with the ex-girlfriend without constant strife. Do you recall being further questioned about that and giving a further response that same day to dates, I guess, approach to refresh? What did you tell them? I felt that I had the right to maintain some sort of friendship with her, no matter the history, as sharing a unique blah, blah, blah. Okay. Did he actually say blah, blah, blah? I hope he did.
I hope he did.
I so hope he did.
Sounds like something you would do.
And did you say something about the defendant looking through your phone? Yes, I think. Said in the past it was a source of fights. Yes, I'm assuming.
Do you remember discussing the
he
value?
did not.
He did not?
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Damn it. I was hoping he did. I think it's safe to say he's a pothead, right? They had found pot. He was selling pot.
And psychedelic mushrooms. So who knows what he was on?
Well, that's true too. Do you remember discussing the value of Mo's bicycle with the detectives? Yes. What did you tell them about the value? It's the most valuable gravel bike you can have. What did you tell them? I would guess 11 to 12,000. Would it help you to look at what you said? He's refusing to have his recollection refreshed. Asked what he said about general public knowing the value. Oh, probably said that it would be very difficult for general public to know the value. What did you say when you learned about Caitlin's vehicle being at the apartment where Mo was? I don't remember. Approach and refresh. I think I said I don't know how to respond to that, and that is intense information. Fair. Do you recall discussing with detectives when you actually entered Mo's name in your phone as Christine? Approach and refresh. I wanted to be able to connect with Mariah. Moira?
Mariah, Mo.
With Mo and not trigger old wounds that the defendant was carrying. It had been evident that she had gone through my phone in the past. Do you remember giving them an exact date when she went through your phone? Can't remember. It's been a long, drawn-out, traumatic experience, hasn't it? I indicated October 25th she went through my phone. Did you travel to the range to go shooting with the defendant in January of 22? I did not. Did you prepare the guns for the defendant to take to the range? No. Did you load them? No. Did you take cable locks out before the defendant went to the range to practice? No. Did you replace cable locks after she came home? No. Did you return them to the box in your closet after she came home? No. Recrossed by Kofer. You had previously manipulated these handguns in your house, right? Yes. Do you recall if y'all talked about it after she went to the range? Yes. Did she tell you if she learned how to clean guns? No. Did she learn to put it back together? I don't know. Did she receive any training or just went to shoot? I don't know. Do you recall sharing something with him like Kaitlin is very female? She is very pink. She likes a lot of pink things in the context of firearms. So yes, I guess. Do you recall saying she wasn't a gun aficionado? Yes. Would you say she learned a fair amount regarding mechanics of a bicycle? A significant amount. It was your opinion that she was mechanically...
I mean, there's two wheels, a frame, and a gear, right? What's the big deal?
Well, you would think so. I guess, I don't know. Racing bicycles, maybe they've got like a fin or something. I don't know.
I guess.
It was your opinion that she was mechanically inept when it came to her bike? No, she was very, very capable with her own bike approach. Apparently, I told Detective Spittler she was mechanically inept. Yes. So his opinion changed there quite drastically. Redirect. Did you give the defendant Mo's number? No. Objection exceeds scope of recross. Overruled. Did you discuss with detectives Caitlin's behavior towards other women? Question. Did she do this with all the girls in your phone? Response. Most of them. Did you kill Moira Wilson? No. Pass witness. Steps down is still subject to recall.
That's interesting, that last question. Did you kill Moira Mariah? Whatever. Mo Wilson.
I think it's
all right.
Moira.
Is it Moira?
I think so.
Okay. All right. I'm going to... all right. So now he's done. He's off the stand. Now he's still subject to recall. However, so this is outside. This is outside the courthouse.
Good luck, McKinley. Good luck.
This is outside the courthouse right after he gets off the stand.
Ouch.
That's a little glitchy. I don't know why it's so glitchy. But look at this again. First of all, he looks a lot older from the side than I thought he was. He looks like he's got like gray hair, or I don't know.
What's wrong with having gray hair?
I don't know.
Ouch.
So he intentionally like steps.
He like takes a side step to step on that camera guy's foot.
Yeah, he really does.
Ouch. How are the cops not doing anything about it?
I don't know. Apparently there's been charges issued and a complaint filed. But yeah, so this is immediately after that wonderful testimony. Oh, did you get some gifted memberships?
Did I?
I don't know. So someone says thank you for the membership. I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Ouch.
What a douche.
Apparently, he also got in the face a little bit of some other people too, from what I hear. But I don't have video of that. So we'll take it for what it is. Rumor that has absolutely no subject, no evidence.
Substance.
Thank
There
you.
you
Jeez.
go.
I'm good with words today. We're doing it live, damn it. Okay, no, you didn't get any gifted membership. I just
she must have got one of the ones earlier from W.
Yeah.
W.
Must have been.
B.
Where is it? See, I need a better soundboard.
And thing sucks.
Just so I can like pull them up quicker. The dude has no butt. Well, he sits on a bicycle. Like
he's got. I'm sure that dude's body fat percentage is single digits, like 2.
Yeah.
You know, they're very lean people. These bicyclists.
They have to be light so they don't fall over. Good evening. How are you?
Christy Lou. So the next witness is Alan Burrows. Good night, Daniel.
Dan. Have a good evening.
Kenneth Allen Burrows. Are you familiar with an individual named Colin Strickland? Yes. Bought a bike from him at the end of 2020. What's your involvement in cycling? Just casual. Gotten to know others in the community since I moved to ATX, Austen, Texas. Have known Colin since April of 2020. Do you recognize Kaitlin? Yes. Familiar with her? Yes. How well did you know her? We had hung out a few times. Were you mostly friends with Colin? Yes. Contact with Colin on 5/11/22? Yes, we were discussing bike parts he was going to lend me for a race around 9 o'clock. I was driving home from Houston and I was around Columbus. And when I turned on to 71, the reception got bad and the call dropped. He was at his house looking through his bike parts for the part I wanted to borrow and he found it.
You got gifted membership.
Thank you, Jude. 5 gifted memberships from Jude Curio. They went to Gabby Salazar, Gutters Pub, Tirana Villanueva, Holly Moore, congrats, Holly, and Ginver. Awesome, y'all.
Oh, look at that. Jude gave me 5 gifted membership as well. Thank you very much. Jillian, Melanie, Joseph Dreb, A.G. Cape Carp, Susan, Shavar, and Dirk Diggler. Oh, Dirk. I haven't seen Dirk in a while. Thank you very much for the gifted memberships.
I haven't seen Dirk in a while either, actually.
Yeah, I know. It's just like normally I see people that are not in my chat, but I see them in other chats, and I haven't seen Dirk or like.
Did you freeze? Oh, he froze. Am I still live? I hope this is still going. I don't have either of the streams pulled up. Hopefully this is working. Yeah, I think we're still working. Dave's froze. See, this is why I'm the captain. Right here. Give me 1 second, y'all, and I'll just pull up these notes and present them myself, and we will continue going until Dave gets his stuff figured out. Bear with me for a minute, though. What page is he on? I can't see what page he's on. Oh, it's Alan Burrows, though. That'll be easy to find. It's highlighted. There it is. Give me a second, y'all. Armstrong Day 4. Share. Yeah, there we go. So it turned on to 71. The reception got bad and the call dropped. He was at his house looking through his bike parts for the part I wanted to borrow, and he found it. Screenshot of my call with Colin that night, 9:07 p.m. for 8 minutes. Went by Colin's residence after this call. Pulled up as I got into Austin. His garage was open, and through the garage door in the kitchen, I could see he and Kaitlin talking. I grabbed the parts and left and had no interaction with them around 10 p.m. They just looked tired at the end of a long day. So this was just to show that it wasn't Colin that did it. CX. Jeremy took him.
Hello.
Welcome back, buddy.
My computer, like everything, the whole treehouse lost power.
The whole treehouse. It was just done.
Lost power. It was like, nope, we're done.
That's funny. We held down the fort pretty okay though.
All right, cool.
CX Jeremy took him. Is that supposed to be CS? Probably. Probably. Jeremy took him. He's a lobbyist in energy mechanical training. No, I worked in a bike shop in Cawley. What's your level of cycling? Weekends. Some races. I don't race. I just ride. I'm in the very back. The ones in the front are racing. How often would you go to Collins for tips and stuff? A few times. He was racing professionally at the time. A friend introduced us, said he knew a bike for sale, and I was like, I wonder if this is my friend Colin. And it was. Did your friendship stay at the bike advice level, or did you become closer friends? He was a newer friend. He was busy training and traveling. I was not in his inner circle of friends. We would hang out and it would be social, but we were never in each other's inner circles. The circle of trust. It's important. When I would go by his house for help with bike stuff and we would hang out. I think I met her in the summer of 2020. I remember one time we all went out to a property on Onion Creek. Colin was interested in renting out and we all went swimming in the creek. What did you know about the relationship? They were dating. I didn't think he was that into her. You did learn that they lived together eventually. Yes. What did she do for a living? Realtor. I ran into her at Meteor Cafe sometimes when she was finishing a race, so I was aware of her liking yoga and stuff. Were you connected to Bluetooth in your car? 457 voicemails in his inbox.
Well, I don't have a lot of voicemails, but they're saved. I'm like, they've been listened to. Right? Do you delete?
I can't even hold anywhere near that many.
I don't know how many I have.
It's
I have
like
a lot.
deleting things at like 20.
I have a lot.
That's way better. That makes way more sense. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that.
Cross-examination.
Yeah, I got stumped on a shorthand. Were you able to hear what was happening in the background on Colin's side? There wasn't anything going on in the background. So you said he was at home based on what he told you, but not because I'm
completely lost. What's the date on this? What day are they talking about? Is this 5/11? It's okay. I was out for a bit, so I don't.
He's talking about the time they went to this. I don't know, actually.
Okay. All right.
I have no idea. Were you able to hear what was happening in the background on Colin's side? There wasn't anything going on in the background. So you said he was at home based on what? Oh, this is the phone call. The day of 5/11.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yep. I just wanted to be sure. Okay,
I got there. So you said he was home based on what he told you, but not because you heard it. Well, because he told me he would look for it, and then he said he found it, and then he said he would put it on the porch. Where does this screenshot tell you Colin's location? It does not. So based on what Colin told you, redirect. Based on your familiarity with Colin, did anything lead you to believe he was being dishonest? Absolutely not. And was the part you discussed the one you ended up picking up later? Yes. New witness, Lance Tyndall.
Lance, what does Lance have? Is that now? That's a bicyclist's name.
Well, here, she was his. Lance is a female, correct, McKinley and Audra?
Oh, is she?
I think.
Is Lance a woman? Sorry, the night after the murder. Oh, so it wasn't the 11th. That was the night after. Okay. So that phone call and everything was the night after the murder. No, not a female. Is that what this is?
I believe so.
He's a big guy. He's a big old guy.
Well, I read ahead and apparently I misinterpreted something along the lines. My bad. Do you live in Austen, Texas? Yes, since 2008. Went to school here 96 to 2000. Works in real estate since he has been here. Familiar with Colin? Yes, friend of mine for 3 years or so. He's a friend of my friend Kyle. I just casually cycle. How close are you and Colin? Friends. Ever go to races Colin participated in? Yes. Was there also a person named Kaitlin there? Yes, she was his girlfriend. 5/12/22. Why did you go to Colin's house that day? To buy wheels. When you arrived, what did you see? A police car and you know that bike part that the guy walked into his garage and picked up?
Yeah.
That was weed. That was not a bike part.
You think so?
Yeah, that's why else wouldn't he have said something?
I was wondering
I
why.
thought it was weird and it just clicked.
Yeah.
He just left a bag of weed out there for him. The guy stopped in, grabbed it, left his
And
cash
she
on the shelf.
and Colin texts Kaitlin. He's like, "Oh, I was just dropping off a bag of weed. Like it was no big deal." He's definitely doing drugs, dealing
He's
drugs.
definitely selling.
That's what Audra said. It thinks it's a front.
Yep.
The whole business, everything's a front for selling drugs.
That's why that dude just came into his garage, and that's why this dude happened to be there to buy bike parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He show up to pick up your drugs, and there's a police car there.
Right. Homicide detectives all over the driveway. Oh, I'm here for a bike wheel.
Yeah, police car in the driveway, and Colin's leaving up the drive.
That's silly.
He had to go because a friend had died the night before. It's like, oh, I'm taking off. Go answer questions. And I said, died like homicide? And he said, yes. They think she was murdered last night. I got to go. That's just a weird conversation to have.
Yeah.
Kaitlin was there, and there was also a handyman there, but I only interacted with Kaitlin. Why was there a handyman there? Who was the handyman and why was he there? So yeah, who was the handyman and why was they there? That was my thought. Kaitlin answered the door and asked if I had heard what happened, and I said yes. She asked if I knew who it was and told Merritt was Mo Wilson. Okay.
Told me it was Mo Wilson.
Oh, it was okay. Told me it was Mo Wilson and said why she was there. Did she tell you that she was traveling through
Austen?
I was going to say, is that supposed to be Satan? Austen. Yes, that she was there for a race. We discussed whether Austen was getting more dangerous. I said I wouldn't have expected Mo to get murdered just passing through. The fact is, as she knew them. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what the arrow is. She did ask me if I knew where Cherrywood was. And I did. I think it was a dangerous place. And if I thought it was a dangerous place. She brought up Cherrywood. I was surprised she brought it up because she is a realtor, and Austen and Cherrywood is a known place that that sees a lot of development. So I thought it was weird she wouldn't have an opinion on the neighborhood herself. She asked if she could go to the bathroom before she finished the last wheel. So he was actually there for wheels and just needed a tire lever. She was gone for like 10 minutes. And finally, when she came back, I asked for a tire lever. I don't know what that is. And popped it off and got out of there. She was nowhere at the back of the house for that 10 minutes. Or she was somewhere in the back of the house for the 10 minutes. No idea what she was doing. Did she did you have exchanges with Colin that day? Yes. 5/12 at 8:02. Are you free to come by? Yeah, I will stop by after I drop off my daughter at school. Colin has a daughter? Or is that the witness?
Witness.
Okay. 10:40. Sorry, your day started with such awful news. Send me your Venmo. Do you have any rotors or cassettes? What are cassettes on a bicycle? You would want to sell me.
Those are code words for drugs.
Do you think so? Rotors and cassettes?
That'd be my guess.
Maybe.
Who buys cassettes?
Well, I don't think it's. I think cassettes is like a bicycle term.
For what?
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
I don't think so.
I'm Googling now.
I think it's code for drugs. I think rotors are probably like roxassettes or cassettes or roxassettes. Rotors are, I mean, something silly. That sounds like drug talk to me.
No, it's all the gears that the chain jumps up and down to shift. That's called a cassette.
Is it really?
Yep.
Wow. Maybe I'm going too hard on the drug thing.
Maybe. I mean, I still think he was selling drugs.
I did. Well, he obviously was.
I mean, the police are there. He rolls up and goes in to proceed to exchange in the transaction. I can't imagine it's drugs. Right?
Fair.
Police called me about my relationship with Kaitlin and Colin. I discussed my personal knowledge with the detectives.
Went
That's
to
a
a
big
handful of
number, so-
events for Kaitlin or Colin with his sponsors, and he was doing things, and we were hanging in the background. Me and Kaitlin and whomever else of our friends were there. It was clear she wanted to be seen as Colin's girlfriend at those events, but it wasn't always reciprocated. Ouch. She wore a kit identical to Colin's at one event, and I asked him, clear it could have only come from him, and it was clear he would have preferred she not wear that to his event. He wanted her to change out of the outfit into something that wasn't exactly like his. You know what though? I have to stick up for my man here. Mrs. Valhalla will try to occasionally wear like the same shirt as me or something. I don't like it. I don't know why. I just don't like it.
But you guys look so good on Halloween.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Just saying.
I appreciate it.
Should wear leather tassels together more often.
I finally threw that shirt away today. He wanted her to change out of the outfit into something that wasn't exactly like his. Austen has seen a lot of changes since 2008. Are you familiar with neighborhoods as a realtor in Austen? Yes. So if I say define Cherrywood, what would you say? I would say south of Airport and east of 35. Chestnut neighborhood, south of that. A lot of times those neighborhoods get combined together. That's a good segue approach. Shows him a map that reflects Chestnut, Maple, etc. Would you say that's in the Chestnut neighborhood or Cherrywood neighborhood? Showing that this info was told to her by Colin and not her own information, because as a realtor, she would know this was not Cherrywood. That's a good point. Do you think it's reasonable that Colin relayed that info about it being Cherrywood to Kaitlin? Objection, speculation, sustained. Was Colin on the property? Yes. And you are talking with Kaitlin about ATX becoming more violent, and you're asked if you think Cherrywood is a safe neighborhood. Said you found her to be shocked at the news as someone that was just finding out about the news. When I saw him and I saw her, it was shocking. Not what I expected when I decided to go to Colin's that morning. Seemed like we would all be shocked in that moment. Friends from going on social rides with Colin and friends with his friends, and that's how we became friends. I had been to his house prior to that, and I probably knew where to go. Many occasions I've been there. Have there been many people? Yes. Really just him and other cyclists? Don't know that I had seen Kaitlin there prior to that day. I went there a handful of times, mainly with my friend Kyle. I should say few instead of many times. Do you know how long Kaitlin worked as a real estate agent? No. Do you know if she had any listings in Austen? No. Do you know if she made any sales as an agent? She bought property. I know that. But as far as listings, no, I don't know. Did Colin tell you he was a person of interest? No. Objection, hearsay, sustained. To your knowledge,
Go back to mirror book for notes from beginning.
To your knowledge, was Colin a person of interest when he went to talk to them? Richard Spittler, APD detective. For notes from beginning. Mirror book for, that's probably for her, not for us.
Yeah, that's probably
Duh.
Yeah.
That's not a note to us. Early in the morning, 8 o'clock or so, decision is made to go to, so this is Richard Spiller. This is the homicide detective.
Yes.
Early in the morning, 8 o'clock or so, decision is made to go to Colin's house close to 8:52 a.m. with Detective Ayers, and I drove there. Mercedes BMW motorcycle and black Jeep in the driveway. Noticed the chrome around windows, the bike rack on trailer hitch, luggage rack, and wheels, which matched the description, and wanted to talk to that driver. Didn't know who the driver was. Saw Colin in the garage, and I walked towards him, told him who I was, and confirmed he was Colin. And I asked him if he knew Anna, and he said, and didn't realize people knew her as Mo, so he said he didn't know who she was. I explained Moira Mo rode bicycles in general description, and that's when he said yes. And I said she passed away, and he was very surprised. Talked about what they did the night before.
Wait, I thought there was a different officer that testified already about telling him that she died. Maybe he arrived.
Ayers. He came with Ayers, Detective Ayers.
Okay. All right.
And Ayers has already been on the stand.
Yeah. Talked about what they did the night before. At some point, I asked him to meet with me at the homicide to do an interview. I said when going out, there was a plan to go to the plan was to interview him on scene, and if anything seemed off or suspicious, then I would bring him down to the station. He agreed to go down to the station. So he's saying if anything seemed off or suspicious, he was going to bring him to the station, and he decided to. So what was off and suspicious? He drove his Mercedes. He was cooperative. It was a very long video of about 6.5 hours long. That was the interrogation video. He was there for 6.5 hours. Yikes. During the course of the interview, that sounds horrible, right?
That sounds absolutely horrible.
I don't know if I do that. I'd be like, no, you come in. I'm going to sit on the couch if it's going to be 6.5 hours.
Well, you're a lawyer and know that you can do that. He, I'm sure, was terrified and just trying to help.
Yeah. During course of interview,
don't talk to cops, y'all. Don't talk to cops.
What was his role at that point? So Colin essentially was a person of interest. Do you, through the course of the interview, find out info that you were unaware of when he entered the interview? Okay. Impressions of Colin regarding how cooperative and type of Q&A and the back and forth. Yes, I guess. I didn't expect it to be a question. He was good about answering and being very cooperative and answering as much as he could when I asked him. We asked who was driving the Jeep. And were you able to find that out? Objection, hearsay. Just ask for yes or no, overruled. So the answer was no. Okay, so the objection to the hearsay was overruled, and the answer was no. So not saying what the other person said, and that's fine. Were you able to find out who the owner was? Yes. Did you find out info about Colin's relationship with Mo? Yes. Info regarding other people's relationship with Colin? Yes. During course of interview, you determined you needed to talk to Kaitlin. Did you convey that information? Yes. Conveyed to tactical team and others in the office. Why would you need a tactical team? How did you share that info when you were in the middle of the interview? By calling breaks and going and relaying that information. Became a pretty high priority to speak with Kaitlin based on the info learned from Colin. Discussion was made to get search warrant for the residence. Last person to see her alive. The black SUV matched the one at the scene. The 2 handguns we knew about. Relationship between the defendant and Mo. Provided by Colin. But so this is this is interesting. It's taking you through the thought process of the police officer, right? He's like, well, I'm just looking at the relationship, the vehicle, this and that. All of a sudden now it was important to talk to her. It really kind of brings the motive into play at this point. I now know there is someone else. Is that what that is?
I now know there is someone that is close to Mo last saw her live, and know that there is someone close to Colin and jealousy there.
And mentioned in a case Kaitlin reaching out to Mo in the past. Jealousy, why are you using that phrase? We use that phrase in interview, and Colin used that phrase. Okay. I asked if she was jealous towards females in general or just towards Mo. The word really came up once I discovered that Colin had changed the name of Mo in his phone so he could
conceal the fact that they were talking to each other.
Sorry, I was trying to read it as it was moving.
Yeah, that was my fault. He was also deleting messages from Mo to conceal that they were communicating. While interview was going on, another detective was getting the search warrant. Indicates some level of urgency. Was there a discussion what could be done to reach out to the defendant on this? Kofor asks to approach. There's a big dry erase board sticker that you have, right? Tell us about that. You put all the case details on it and stick it to the board. Every detective will find one of these boards and write down the information on the board so that everyone can kind of know what is going on. So tips can be directed to the correct person. General info for anyone in the unit to have available readily by looking at the board. We've all seen Criminal Minds. We know what he's talking about.
Mhm.
Did Kaitlin info get added to the board? Yes. Her name and date of birth were added to the board. In case like this, where no one has spoken directly to her, how do we learn her date of birth? We go through our database and get date of birth. It was added to the board. Did anyone discuss going and asking her to come talk? No, the plan was to arrest her and get her to talk. Based on info on the board and the date of birth, someone ran a check for warrant and found she had an active Class B misdemeanor warrant for theft of service from 2018, so we could arrest her. Decision was made to go serve the warrant on Kaitlin at her house. Did you go serve it on her? No. I was still in an interview with Colin. Was she arrested and actually brought to headquarters? Yes. But you didn't see her? No. Did someone else speak to her that day? Yes. Who? Katie Connor, detective. So this is who we should direct these questions to. Yes. Was she released? Yes. I was told their objection hearsay sustained. She was allowed to go home, and how? We drove her back. Were you there when she was dropped off? Yes. Do you know when she got there if any type of police investigation had taken place? Do not know if we had served the search warrant already, but it was the same day. Search warrant. During the search, I was finished with my interview with Colin and went home to get some rest. Next day on work, the next day, 5/13, did you keep working this case? Yes. Were you updated on everything that had taken place? Yes. Important. 2 firearms were seized during the search. Important because these could potentially be one of them. One of these could potentially be the murder weapon, or possibly both of them if there were more than one shooter. So those firearms needed to be inspected by an expert, correct? Yes. Did you have occasion to look into the electronic data for the devices that were recovered by search or consent? Yes, I submitted e-traces that day to find out who purchased the firearms. Reached out and spoke to Mo's family, notifying them of the death. Oh, God, that'd be a horrible
Hey,
phone
Julia
call.
543, by the way.
Hi, Julia. Asked if there was anyone that would want to hurt Mo. Asked about passcodes for her phone. They didn't have that info, but directed me to someone who would have that info. Video footage from surveillance around the scene. Search warrant for Colin's phone. So you already have the info, Kaitlin, and you're still asking her family if they know who could have done this. Regarding, that's what that means. They give you some info, which leads you to talk to several other family members. Yes. Were efforts made to get into her phone and computer that day? Yes. Why was that important? Because there was a wealth of information on it. Text, shopping, plans, phone calls, GPS location data. Were you able by the end of the day to secure info that would allow someone to access her phone? Yes. You received 2213 East 18th Street additional video footage. I read a supplement from another officer who had observed these cameras and the footage and identified the owner, and so I contacted the owner. On 5/14, I was made aware.
I feel like everything after he left the investigation with Colin, all of this is just repetitive BS that we don't need to hear about. That's my opinion.
For the most part, this is all stuff that we got in through Ayers and the
other
house owners that have the security cameras.
Yep. No, we don't need any of this information. We already heard it.
So, do you not want me to read it?
No. It frustrates
You're not
me
wrong.
when attorneys present the same information through multiple witnesses. It's just like, oh my God, move on already.
Well, this is what they should have done is put this guy on first and let him tell the story and then pieced all the little pieces out.
No, because
separately.
then it would have been a hearsay hang situation.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah, they have all this information already. The only new information was, how did you come to target the defendant? Oh, well, I brought in Colin and we talked to him. That was the only thing that was new thus far that I've heard.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did we know that she had a warrant before? Did we already cover that?
No, that was how. Yeah, so they identified her as possible suspect. They found that she was the owner of the vehicle. They found that she had a warrant. They arrested her for that and questioned her. We don't have her interrogation yet. If this gets into the interrogation of her, then fine. But this stuff right now that we're going over, we've already heard.
5/14, I was made aware that there was going to be a press release and this was going to be public knowledge. I wanted to inform the family that this was going to be public. Around this time, did you go back to the neighborhood where this had happened? Yes. Excuse me. 5/15, I went and met a couple walking the dog and asked them to take a photo of my card and post it to social media to ask people to contact me if they have any additional info or video footage. Had conversations with David Harris by the stairs to Cash's place. Observed 8 different residents that potentially had cameras. Did you follow up with them? Yes. Some provided you video and some did not, right? Yes. And why not? They didn't pick up anything or weren't working. Did you receive info from anonymous callers? Yes, sir. By this date, had at least initial info secured from Mo's phone. Did it provide helpful information? I discovered that Mo had her last text with someone at 9:13 p.m. and identified the person as Christopher Strickland. I did find out later that there is no ties between them. Christopher is a podcaster on the East Coast and spells it differently than Colin. Did you find texts between Colin and Mo? Yes. Were those helpful? Any evidence that helped you confirm them? Yes. Any evidence that helped you confirm the motorcycle info on Colin? Video from 1802 Maple Avenue, which showed the alleyway that leads to her door, but it's just north of 17th Street. And on this video I secured, I was able to see the motorcycle. 516. Okay. 516. By this date, what items did you receive? Continuous running video doorbell camera recording provided by neighbor of Cash. Able to review the videos. Screams and gunshots. Depicted more video of this black Jeep cruising around the neighborhood, right? 517. Second interview with Colin, right? Appeared at station with his attorney, right? Yes. After the conclusion of that interview, you received some significant info, correct? It's for the streets. Received ballistics info regarding the firearms from Colin's search that they matched the cartridges found on the scene. Video evidence as far as relative location, the one that shows a motorcycle through the alleyway. Another video that I ended up observing at 8:43, a motorcycle seen driving on frontage road close to Colin's home. When I received ballistics report,
this is important because this is the first time we've heard about his exact whereabouts of the motorcycle and Colin, essentially, at the time of all of this, because that's what the defense was kind of hinting at a little bit. And I think the state was trying to quash this right away with the opening statements. So we thought we'd hear about this.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
When I received ballistics report, I believe there was now probable cause to issue a warrant for her arrest. Was that the end of your investigation? No, I kept working. Did you continue trying to acquire electronic data from phone and laptop? High level of success with Miss Wilson's phone as well as Colin's laptop. Did other civilians come forward with additional info that was probative to your case file? Yes. Among other items you were able to secure in the next 10 days or so, did you receive the returns from the Strava app? Yes. It's an app that records location and the time it took you. That's the running app or the bicycling app.
Yep.
Save segments on a trail so you can keep track of your personal best and also keeps track of all time records. Also stores if one person looked at another person's profile and can show if that person looked at a specific ride.
Oh, I didn't know it did that.
I didn't either. That's creepy. Mm-hmm. Like if you went to Facebook and clicked on profile, it would show you looked at the profile. It does that?
But if you then click on the post, it will show you that you are now looking at the post, not just the profile.
Does Facebook do that?
I don't think Facebook has a record that you can access. They might have a backdoor information about that.
Gross.
But I wonder if Strava, like LinkedIn, you could pay to have a LinkedIn subscription, and then you can see who actually looked at your profile. So that if you put in an application and someone from that company is looking at your profile, you can know that information. They'll let you know. But I don't know that Facebook has the same thing. And I don't know that Strava does. It might just be like in its data somewhere. You could find that out with a warrant or a subpoena or something.
Her ride from 511 on Strava puts her within a block or so of the start of her route, right? Puts her within a block or so of the start of her route. Okay. Yes, it actually shows where she started at the bottom of the stairs. Was Kaitlin looking at Mo's Strava profile? Yes, on 5/9 at 5:27 p.m., at 5:10 3 times, at 5:11 once. Do you know where Kaitlin was at this time? No. Well, that's not a good look for Kaitlin.
Nope. It is not.
That's
And
not a
again,
good
I
look
come
at
back
all.
to, all of his other exes are still alive, even though he talks to them, but he's not still diddling them
Oh no.
like he was with Mo.
Was
Not
a
that
warrant.
day, though. Not that trip. Not that weekend or whatever it was, but he was still diddling her.
So he says.
So he says. But that's why Kaitlin would be acting differently towards Mo than the other girls,
Yeah.
than the other
She
dozen.
she actually had a reason to be jealous of Mo.
Yeah, but just move on, ladies.
Yeah.
And guys, start the eviction process. I don't know what to tell you, but if you're not happy, get her out.
Take all of your property and leave in the middle of the night. That's what I recommend. Was a warrant out for her?
I did that once, but I moved out of my office. I had when I first started practicing, there was another attorney. I was like, "Oh, I'll sublease part of one of my offices to you." And at first it was great, and then this woman turned into like just horrible. Like she'd get mad when my kids showed up. I'm like, she didn't have any clients in there or anything. She was just mad when my kids were there and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of done with this. And so I literally just packed up in the middle of the night and moved out when I found a new office. And then like the next day I got a call from her. She's like, did you move out? I said, yes. I found a better office. This is more my style over here.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, was a warrant out for her arrest? Yes. Was it well known that a warrant was out? Yes. Was it well known throughout the U.S.? Yes. Did you receive calls from national media? Numerous calls. Yes. Came across info of interest on June 2nd that her vehicle was located at a CarMax in North Austin. Ended up doing another search warrant for the Jeep itself. As I was reviewing photos from original search, Jeep was part of the search, and when I reviewed the photos, it appeared this vehicle was equipped with an infotainment system or center.
Why do they call it infotainment system?
I don't know.
Center?
I don't like it.
Basically, like a big GPS device. Yes, it's your little screen that you can plug your phone into, and that you can whatever get a map.
It's your black box that the feds are clearly using to spy on you.
This is why I want a 1986 Ford pickup.
Yep.
Carbureted, no computer.
Basically like a big GPS device. Yes. Did you remove the device from the Jeep? Yes. I submitted it to evidence and requested it be looked at by forensics. 6/30/22. Did you receive from Lone Star Fugitive Task Force? Yes. What is that? Local law enforcement that is also teamed up with job to help locate fugitives. Did they tell you if she had been located? Yes. Did they tell you where she had been located? Yes. Did you have occasion to meet with reps from the U.S. Marshals Service within a week or so of talking to Lone Star Fugitive Task Force? Yes. Did they provide you with any evidence? Yes. A bag of Kaitlin's from Costa Rica. When you say bag, what are you talking about? Cofer, may we approach? Jury is released. No, we don't have court tomorrow. Resume on Wednesday morning. Yes. That is all.
Yep, that is the end of Monday, day 4 of this trial. Cool. There's a lot going on there.
There's a whole lot going on there.
Colin is a dick. That's all I got to say about that.
Stomps on the cameraman's foot on the way out the door. What a dick.
Yes, Audra, thank you very much for providing your notes. And
McKinley.
Jesus. McKinley went to bed already, but McKinley. So we had dual notes today. We had Audra for the morning and McKinley for the afternoon. Audra's still transcribing her. I want to see those. You don't need to transcribe them. Just send them to me. Because if you have another 120 pages of notes, I want to see those. I have a feeling they might be a little more detailed. Or
also, that's a lot for you to have to go through and transcribe. Don't do that.
Don't transcribe them. Just send them. We will go through. We'll be able to read your handwriting. But I really want
your handwriting is good. It's just the shorthand took a little while to get used to. That's the only issue.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get there.
But I'm there now. I got both of your shorthand now. Dang.
Apparently, yeah. And so the allegation is, so we saw the video of the one cameraman that he stepped on the toe of. Apparently, there were a couple other that he interacted with as well. He's just not happy to be there. It's not good for the drug business to have your name
It's really
plastered
not.
all over the news
It's
and be
really not.
testifying in court.
Homicide
hurts your-
detectives coming to your house all the time, picking you and your girlfriend up, taking you to the station. It's bad for the drug business.
This is bad for the drug business. Very interesting. Thank you. Been listening and driving. Well, thank you very much for listening. I'm glad you guys appreciate it and find it interesting. I love the fact that Audra is in the courtroom.
It's
and
pretty
giving us
awesome.
these.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
awesome.
very cool. So Audra's got court tomorrow morning in about 12 hours. Yeah, 12
Really?
hours. You're back in court. Well, it's 10 o'clock now, so it's
Is
9
it
o'clock.
Central in Austin?
It's central, yeah.
Oh, yikes.
So it's 9 o'clock, and at 9 a.m., the jury is back. So Audra's got to get into court.
Heck yeah.
Get in there. But yeah, I don't have anything else to add, really. The only thing that I wanted to add in addition to that was the video. I know Audra sent another thing that I didn't pull up and didn't have prepared. We'll do it next time. There was a video that a local news program put together, and they were just kind of showing clips. What was interesting is parked underneath in the garage. The garage under the apartment.
Yeah.
I don't know when this was. Yeah, Cash's apartment. I don't know when this was taken, but there is a black SUV with a bike rack parked in that garage.
Parked in the garage?
Or like right out in front of the garage when the news camera is there filming around.
Interesting.
Right?
Interesting.
Why even McKinley's are typed? Yeah, freaking black SUV. Yeah, she sent me this. She's like, look at this news clip. There's a black SUV with a bike rack parked in that garage. And so that's interesting. They did question, well, kind of sort of the landlord, but not really. They were like, he seemed fine and didn't even do a search of the house or anything.
I can't believe they let her go too off that warrant.
And then claimed that it was a weird thing. Yeah. So does the landlord have a black SUV with a bike rack on it? And he claims he didn't hear any gunshots, even though he claims he can also hear people talking.
This case is a little fishy, but
Something's
she
up.
makes herself look as guilty as a human being can possibly make themselves look.
Yeah. Yeah. No, she does. I mean, typically, innocent people don't run to Costa Rica. Although I understand why you would be tempted to, with the whole judicial system the way it's going.
Well, and you know what? You're living at a guy's house that's no longer your boyfriend and clearly doesn't like you all that much anyway, and now he won't even talk to you. Maybe it was time for a Costa Rica vacay. Go do some yoga, get your head right.
His girlfriend got murdered. Who's the target? I mean, anyone that knows, if you're, someone that dies, family member or something like that, or a significant other, you're the prime suspect. Or if you're also in a dating relationship with the partner, you're a prime suspect. So,
yeah, Mrs. Valhalla is screwed when I eventually kick it. She's going to jail for sure. She's told way too many people that she's going to end me.
Yeah, the murder was in Austen,
Texas.
Yeah, Austen, Texas, May 11th, 2021. So scorned ex-lovers. Yeah, I mean, it's a big thing. Those are the primary suspects. The officer even said, well, hey, the jealousy was a motive. And so that's why they singled the defendant. And she drives a black SUV with a bike rack on it. But just because you're a jealous person doesn't mean that you're a murderer. Right? And a 9mm, who doesn't have a 9mm? Right?
It's a pretty common firearm.
Yeah, just fairly common.
One of the most common handguns on the planet. But
it's just but it's it's just interesting. So far, have they proven beyond a reasonable doubt in the evidence that we've heard, Valhalla, that she's guilty?
Not even close. They haven't even remotely crossed the threshold.
No, not beyond. Is it possible? Sure. But not beyond a reasonable doubt. I'm not getting there yet.
No, not even close.
And if you guys are new to my channel, by the way, I always focus on they are absolutely innocent until the state bends over backwards to prove your guilt.
As we all should in this country.
More life insurance. Yeah. That's my biggest fear is like, because my wife and I like to go hiking, and in fact we're starting this thing now where our anniversary and our 6-month anniversary we're going to start hiking around. Our honeymoon was a backpacking trip and stuff, and my biggest fear is like she falls off a cliff while we're hiking, and I'm like, I'm going to get the camera out while you're falling.
Well, just don't take Flux with you, and you'll be okay. She has a
Just
tendency to push things off cliffs, apparently.
Yeah, well, we talk about that because we watch all these trials and different stuff, and we're like, a guy's wife dies when they're hiking, and we're like, oh, he's going to prison for the rest of his life. He could have had nothing to do with it, but she dies while they're hiking, and no one else is around. He's getting charged.
He's screwed.
Do not say that shit. I know. No, but we talk about it. It's funny, and I always tell her too, because when she goes to bed, she takes her wedding ring off. I was like, if you forget to put it on one day and you die, like that's it. We were getting a divorce, and I was mad at you.
I'm gonna cover every minute of that trial too. I'm gonna grift the shit out of it.
We always think about these things because we watch all these freaking trials, and it was just like any little thing the police will pick up on and be like, you hated them. Anyways, Audra, you're doing awesome work. Don't doubt yourself. Don't get concerned about your handwriting or trying to get it in the type.
Your handwriting's fine.
No, we absolutely love it. You can take the notes and on lunch break send them to me. I don't care.
Yes.
Take pictures of them and send them to me. What we had pulled up earlier, your handwritten notes was awesome.
Yeah, I have absolutely no problem.
Definitely grip the hell out of the MLS.
Oh yeah. I'd be like, we were friends. I knew him.
MG, are you streaming, by the way?
He's starting at 10:30, I believe, if memory serves from the.
All right, I'm gonna redirect all you guys over to MG. What are we covering? Travis Rudolph. That is a crazy ass trial, by the way. If we're covering that,
I like that one.
Anyone who doesn't know the Travis Rudolph case, you need to sit in on this trial and watch a little bit of it, and you'll be hooked instantly. I covered it for a while.
It's not Travis Rudolph. Stop talking. Stop talking. It's Michael Mattioli.
What the hell happened to Travis Rudolph?
He was found not guilty.
What is Michael Mattioli? I don't know this case. Is it a good case?
I'm not sure. I don't know anything about it.
We'll go check it out anyways. You guys will have fun over there.
How do I
How do you redirect?
Yeah, because I can.
All right, go to edit. Go to your live feed right now.
I'm already in edit settings. I'm in customization.
All right, scroll down. You see redirect, and you see a little blue add button.
I like it.
Go. Now, what I do is, so go. Don't search that way. It's a pain in the ass. Go over to MG Stream and just copy. And
where do you have the option to go? Oh, copy it and paste it?
Just go to another tab and open up MG Stream, and then copy the www. whatever and paste it right in there.
Oh, I like
That's
it.
how you do it.
More tools,
night. Good night. Thanks for hanging out, Aaron Olivia.
So how do I put it
Glad
in
you're having
here?
fun.
We're just going to paste and see what happens.
MG's doing a live trial. Is this a current trial going on right now?
Is it live? It starts at 10:30, but I don't know if it's live or not.
Well, I don't. I mean, unless it's in Australia or something. But I don't know this case. Michael Matulio.
Save, I think I did it.
Join me as we begin to watch the Michael Matulio trial, which is just started this week. Matulio is an ex-cop charged with reckless homicide for the unaliving of his friend through a roughly 11. Oh, this is the guy that was doing the chokehold for 11 minutes. And then the guy was like fine, rushed off to the hospital and like died.
We talked about that case briefly the other day, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay, it just started yesterday. Oh, that's going to be an interesting one. And the guy's a cop too, or former cop.
You're very welcome, Sherry.
Yeah. So you guys all check that out. Have a good evening.
We will, you'll all get redirected over there. It starts in 10 minutes, 9 minutes. Hang out, chat, have fun. We appreciate and love every one of you. And the last minute reminder, we are both streaming this. So if you haven't yet, go over to the other guy's channel. Both of our links are in the pinned comments, and give each of us a like. Give us the old boop.
I always read my chat, except when I'm reading something else. I was literally reading what you were putting in chat, so settle down.
Later, chat. Love y'all.
All
And
right.
once again, I'm in the lead position, just so we're aware of that.
Wait,
on the
what
stream.
now?
I'm on the right.